Okay, hello everybody. I'm going to try this again. As you may have seen, I decided to redo the previous video that I made on GMAN because I had put some inaccurate information in the previous one, and I'm not good at editing and don't know how to go back and clip that, etc., etc. I want to address a couple things before I get into GMAN. Number one, I don't have a good setup. I'm very new to making videos and everything, or relatively new. There's going to be glare on my glasses no matter, how I turn my head and everything because of the way I'm working at the moment, which is another point I'm going to make. I do understand, I've got some odd angles and everything, and my double chin is just like out there, out and proud. But I had a back injury earlier this year. I've had one surgery and a few treatments. I'm doing pretty good, but I still have some issues with my back, and it's easily aggravated. So for the time being, I am recording from my recliner, and I just wanted to explain that's why, like I said, the glare, the odd angles, etc. To some extent it does affect the quality of the videos, and I'm not very good at making videos anyway. So I just wanted to put that out there, kind of like an elephant in the room. I understand my shortcomings when it comes to being, to doing videos and everything. Alright, so on to the subject at hand. Who is GMAN? GMAN, I'm not speaking of the gamer known as GMAN. I'm speaking of the Christian known as GMAN. And the reason I put quotation marks is because the type of Christian that GMAN professes to be is not the type of Christian that I generally know, where he is an in-your-face, fire and brimstone, Bible as a weapon type of confrontational person. That's not the type of Christian I'm used to being around. Full disclosure, I don't consider myself a Christian, although I am a believer. That's a whole nother video to be made, and I may get into that at a future point. But for the moment, we're just going to focus on my issues with GMAN. Okay, now who GMAN is, his name is Gary Moore, and he's I think mid-40s African-American man who lives in New Jersey. Now, I'm not doxing him by telling you that because this is well-known information. He has put that information out there himself. I do know a few more things about him, but I don't know how much of it is confirmed, and so I'm just gonna leave it at that. He is, like I said, very confrontational. He has a tendency to lie about other YouTubers when their narrative does not fit his. He has a tendency to target particular YouTubers, especially people he perceives to be a different kind of Christian, a non-believer, or an atheist. He doesn't really differentiate between those, though. And he seems to enjoy verbally attacking people who don't follow his way of thinking, or actually, I don't think a lot of his vitriol comes from the fact that you don't share his faith. I think it comes from the fact that he spews his venom at people who don't support his way of thinking about anything, or things in general. Like I said, there's a long list of reasons why I don't particularly like GMAN. And the thing about it is, I don't have to like him. I don't have to watch him. I don't like the fact that he calls himself he calls himself a Christian and promotes hatred towards trans people. He promotes doxing, false flagging, violence against women, dominance over women and other people. He supports what he calls mild pedophilia. He supports the belief in racism, slavery. He's a rape apologist. It just goes on and on. He criticizes other particular black people for not being more involved in the community and black causes and being more of an activist for black people, yet he does little to nothing himself in this regard. He has a tendency to make demands online. He will challenge someone and, well, let me get to it. His particular bone to pick, or I'll be honest, I call it his hate boner, seems to be for a particular YouTuber named Dragnaut Silvas. I'm sorry, Dragnaut Silvas. And I will put his name down below. Why he is so adamant that this man is like the scum of the earth and etc., etc., I have no idea. Well, I do have some idea, but I don't really know the depth of it. I think I came to know about G-Man through watching streams like Dragnauts, like watching Black Guy TV, FabFit Geeky, Burnt Toast, Irate Alex, The Geek Room, all of whom have been targets and still are targets of G-Man for various reasons. But for some reason, he seems to have a special hatred towards Dragnaut. And I personally think it's because he feels impotent and inadequate next to him. I may go into that a little bit more because my friend of mine we talk a little bit about what we both watch on the internet, and she said I should do, she's not interested in doing videos, but she said that I should do a Weirdo of the Week feature, and I'm actually considering it because there's so many people I just look at and scratch my head over. Hell, I might be somebody's Weirdo of the Week. You never know. Like I said, my problem with G-Man isn't only because I don't like him for the reasons I've stated above. I mean, I've stated already. Yeah, there's a lot about him I really don't like. And like I said, I don't have to like him. I don't have to watch him. Very rarely do I go to his channel and watch his videos directly because, number one, I don't want to give him the clicks and views. Number two, I have attempted to interact with G-Man before, and because I didn't agree with what he said, I am blocked from his comments and his channels. If you want to know what he's about, like I said, you can go to Dragnaut, you can go to Black Guy TV and all these other channels. The most concise I have seen recently, I think it was put up on August 31st of this year by a man who goes by Hat Man, and he featured G-Man as his, we shall say, C-word of the month. Now, there's some strong and possibly offensive language involved in this little clip, this little video he has, but there are clips in it that will help you understand what my problem with G-Man is. The violence, the hatred, the false information he puts out. Because like I said, he doesn't just give out false information. He encourages other people to do the same thing. He encourages other people towards violence and doxing and false flagging of other people's channels. especially particular YouTubers, but including, the ones he has a special hatred for. And that's why I'm making this video, because he associates himself with other questionable people. The ones in particular I have issue with are Reverend Shanny, otherwise known as Shanny for Christ in Revelation News. Von Helton, that evil Von Helton guy. There's a few others, but these are the main ones. I call them, some people have called them the God Squad. I call them the Odd Squad because I don't consider them Christians. But that's like I said, that's a whole nother thing, because I'm sorry, but someone who uses the F word every other word, and who scams people, who lies about people, who targets people, who uses their mental illness as a weapon and an excuse for problems in their lives that they've created, who criticize other people's form of faith and has an active porn channel at the same time. Like I said, that's another rabbit hole that I'm just not ready to go down right now. It'll take way too long. And I want to keep this relatively short because, believe it or not, I have a tendency to ramble sometimes. Shocker, right? Anyway, like I said, I don't care that GMAN doesn't believe the way I believe. I don't care that he has an issue with these other people. I do care that he has a tendency to attack these people using false information that he puts out knowing that it's false. I'll give you a prime example. There's a particular young lady, and I can't swear that I've got her information right because she's relatively new on my radar. But what I know about her, I have nothing bad to say about her, really. Anyway, she goes by Burnt Toast. Now, what I'm going to be talking about is what on the 99% of this, I've seen with my own eyes, either because I was in a live stream when some of this happened, or I have gone back and seen videos of the live streams where some of this happens. The shorter version, for me, the shorter version of things is, the way I see it, GMAN and Burnt Toast's paths have crossed multiple times. I've seen that he had been flirting with her to a certain extent. And her response to this flirtation basically was kind of laugh it off, brush it aside, not take it seriously, move on. But GMAN didn't like this. And after multiple attempts, he decides, okay, I want to know who she is. He acts like he's entitled to know her personal information. In the long run, because she would not give him her name, she would not show her face, she would not reveal personal details about her life, he targeted her. He made a lot of assumptions and put these assumptions out as fact. And it wouldn't be hard to find videos where he states these things to be fact. As far as I know, and I've seen no evidence to the contrary, Burnt Toast is an adult female, approximately early 30s, late 20s maybe, who is a productive member of society, who is a born-again Christian, who is a very talented artist and content creator, who not only does some very good work on her own channel, but she helps other people with content on their channels, and she contributes to other people's channels. She is happily married, and is an all-round well-liked person, as far as I can tell. The only person I've ever heard say anything against her has been GMAN. But the narrative that GMAN puts out is, because she can be soft-spoken, and she has kind of a high voice, which could sound like a younger woman than she is. So, because he didn't get the answers that he wanted, he made the assumption that she is a teenager, which he ridicules, and that she's a whore and former prostitute, with absolutely no evidence or even a rumor, as far as I can tell, to back this up. But he puts it out as he knows this for a fact. He has said this type of thing about other people. He has gone to FabFitGeeky's live stream and ridiculed her faith, where she said, "Look, I'm a baby Christian. I'm beginning my walk with God, with the Lord," as she puts it. And she goes on to explain, this is where I am, this is what I'm doing. But because she doesn't express her faith the way he does, he had to ridicule her. And this is typical of GMAN. Like I said, maybe it's none of my business. I feel like it is to a certain extent, because I really like these people, and it pisses me off to see someone do this to them. But at the end of the day, it doesn't involve me. However, when I see somebody who is actively pushing and encouraging other people, actually sometimes instructing other people to be violent against LGBTQ people, to false flag other channels, to dox other people's information, to go, to find out where they live and go to their house to intimidate them. He threatens them with getting other people to go intimidate them and come to their homes, come to their jobs. I don't understand how he still has a channel. I know he's been reported because he has complained about that too. His newest thing, which I think is kind of ridiculous, is he's losing subs, and I guess he's losing donations, because he really resents the fact that, because he doesn't understand fair use, that other people are profiting off of him. Now, I know I've touched on this with other people as well, who don't understand fair use, but basically, in a nutshell, someone can take this video right here, and use it on their channel. And if they modify it, break it into parts, comment over it, add animation, add graphics, use it for instructional purposes, either to critique it or to praise it, not likely, but you get my point. Something transformative, something they can take this video and present it in a way that differs from its original form. That's transformative, and that's fair use. Now, my channel is not monetized, but let's just say that it was. I don't have Cash App, I don't have Super Chat and all that I would have if I had a live stream. But let's just assume that I did. If I wasn't making money, or very much money, off of my channel because people just didn't like my content, I could get butthurt about it. But if, let's just say, Burnt Toast took my video and changed it into, used it as commentary, changed it into something else, or Fab used clips of this video along with other video information that she made herself, etc., etc. And if they got money from donations, or if they got money from monetization, from ads or sponsorships, because someone else liked what they did with the clips from this video, I don't have the right to be upset with them because it's fair use. However, G-Man feels that he is entitled to any revenue made from anything with his name or image connected to it. Does that sound familiar from my Chris Hansen live stream? Not my live stream, my videos. Same kind of thing. Because he is not making money off of his videos, because for whatever reason, either I don't even know if he's monetized. I don't remember. I don't think he is. But because he's not getting the revenue other people get off of him, sometimes for ridiculing him, sometimes not, he feels that he is owed that money. And because these people will not, or have not, I'm not going to say will not, because they have not forwarded that money onto him, he now feels he is going to sue Google and demand that these people that make money off of him lose their channels. He says it's not about the money. He's not in it for the money. So does that mean he's just in it for censorship? He wants to take away their First Amendment. Well, he talks about his First Amendment right to say what he wants to in regard to his faith. Yet he wants to take away other people's rights to say what they want to. This is something else I see a lot of on YouTube. But like I said, I don't like the type of Christian G-Man professes to be. I don't like the people that he supports, who are, in my book, not only unbalanced and dangerous and toxic, but they are damaging to the platform itself. I don't see how they get monetized. I don't see how they are able to keep their channels. But as everybody knows, YouTube is not consistent or across the board with how they enforce their terms of service. That's a different rabbit hole. I'll go into it another time. But like I said, the main point of making the video is not just to bash G-Man, although I really would like to, verbally speaking. It's to warn other people, because I have seen him initiate interaction on other people's streams recently. I've heard about him going on other people's streams to do commentary or interviews. He likes to go on other people's panels. And like some of his associates, once he gets on a panel, he wants to dominate it. And he has a tendency to push his narrative, insist his narrative is the truth. For prime example, he was recently on a panel with a fellow Christian and a couple of, I believe it was a couple of scientists and a couple of atheists, and they were debating creationism versus evolution, and some of the evidence used was a particular display of, I don't even remember what the correct terminology, but for the lack of a better term, missing link type thing. Lucy. I just had a brain fart, so I don't remember, but point being, with nothing to back it up, he goes in there and pitches a fit because he's trying to say one thing, in his case being that creationism has and the existence of God has been proven as a fact. Evolution is a theory, that people only believe it based on faith, therefore it's a religion. When talking about the specifics, when he doesn't understand what's being said, he has to challenge it, but like I said, he doesn't bring anything to back it up, whereas these other people, whether I agree with them or not, at least had source material. They had, a way to reference, a point of reference for what they believed in. G-Man has a tendency just to go in, try to take over the stream, push his narrative, and bully you into either agreeing with him or putting him out of the panel, and then being able to call victim and say, I didn't get the opportunity to make my point. I wasn't given the chance. I was, I was bullied. I was abused. I was discriminated against because I'm a Christian. That's this big narrative. If everything is, the big atheist conspiracy and people victimize me because I'm a Christian. No, Gary. People victimize you because you're an idiot. You don't understand sarcasm. You don't understand irony. You don't understand humor and nuance. And you see things that are said in a live stream or on a panel. You jump on it like a cat on a mouse, and you just make a mountain out of a molehill sometimes. Whether it's I don't even know if you believe half the shit that comes out of your mouth. I think part of it is for attention, part of it is for the revenue. Some of it I just really don't understand. Maybe you do believe it. But I don't believe what you believe in, and I'm not attacking you because of your belief. I'm attacking you because of your behavior, if you want to consider this attack. If you want to consider this an attack. Sorry. I don't brain well sometimes, and I don't adult well sometimes. Today being one of them. Okay. I don't want to keep going so long that I have to redo this whole thing again. If you have any questions, any more questions about G-Man, where to find his videos, or certain points about his videos, drop me a line. I'll try to get that for you. Also, if you want to see other weirdo of the week, wacko of the week, whatever you want to call it, if you want me to, look into doing that, let me know about that. And again, my point of this video is not atheist versus Christian. It's not my place to tell someone else what to believe. Now, if you want to know my feelings and beliefs on these subjects and others, I'd be glad to do a video about that as well. I'm working on getting it set up so I can do a live stream every now and then. But yeah, let me know what content you want to see. I'm going to be putting out content every now and then. I'm going to be putting out content that interests me, and hopefully a few people will be interested in it as well. If I say something that you don't agree with, please feel free to make your point, to give me your side of things. If I put out false information, feel free to correct me on that. I know my setup needs improvement. I know the glare from my ceiling fan leaves a glare on my glasses. I know I need to work on the lighting, on the presentation, etc., etc. That's a given. I will say this. I enjoy doing videos. I get nervous about it. I have anxiety about it. I stress about it. I overthink it. I go back and change and start over and, go in a different direction I intended. But I do enjoy it. Maybe because I like to talk, maybe because I feel like I just want to share, what I know. Hopefully it's correct information, because I enjoy other people's videos so much. I hope at least a couple people will enjoy mine. And from the feedback I've been given, there are a few people out there that do seem to enjoy it. Even if nobody else did, I'd probably do it anyway, because it's something I want to do. And it's a way to vent my frustrations and my feelings and share my thoughts. I mean, I know I can't compare to Mrs. Jarhead's goats, because they are just so damn cute. And I don't have the intellect and the humor that some other creators make. I don't have the capacity to do the type of panels that Masshole Report does or Kenny Klein, but I sure do enjoy going to their live streams. Another one I really, really enjoy is Grampy Lobster. And no offense to anybody else, but on Grampy Lobster stream, at least I know there's going to be one or two people on panel that's closer to my age, and sometimes it's nice to be able to relate to people from your generation. And yeah, I know there's somebody out there going, okay, boomer. Yeah, I'm a boomer. Another good thing about Grampy Lobster stream is it's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. You can have a deep philosophical conversation one minute, and the next minute you can be talking about, a bad trip that you took, or a cat sleeping on top of a dog on the porch, or calamari, or canned haggis, or you just don't know, and that's the joy of it. Generally, people don't take it too seriously. If somebody's feelings get hurt, nobody's afraid to say, look, and I didn't mean it that way, I'm sorry. Nobody tries to bash anybody. It's all in good fun. And occasionally people will cross the line, and sometimes, of course, somebody will say something I don't particularly agree with, or maybe I don't like the way they said it. But generally speaking, it's good people, it's good fun, and I go every chance I get. Alright, so enough enough pushing other people's channels. If you like what I have to say, or at least the fact that I get out there and say it, drop a like if you don't mind. If you don't like what I have to say, drop me a dislike. I don't care, but I do ask this. If you don't like my videos, or you don't like the content, or you don't like the presentation, like I said, feel free to leave a dislike. But I would like it if you would let me know what it is you don't like, so that maybe it's something I can correct. Maybe I did something wrong. Maybe I got the wrong information. If it's something that I feel is a legitimate criticism, maybe I can correct that. Maybe bringing it to my attention will make me look at it in a different from a different viewpoint. I'm not going to promise to change my mind because of what somebody else thinks, because I don't expect other people to change their mind because of what I think or say or feel. But why not share what you think? Why not share what you know? You never know who it's going to touch, how it's going to influence somebody else. It might brighten somebody's day. It might be that piece of information to validate someone else's feelings. You never know. Alright, well, I've rambled enough for today. It's about time for me to get up and, take care of some family business. And I have a puppy that, my 70-pound lapdog, who needs to be walked as long as it's not thundering, because then she becomes a lapdog. Anyway, I hope all you good folks enjoyed at least part of this video, that you go out there and you do something for yourself today, you do something for somebody else. Most importantly, be well, be kind, take care of each other, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.